Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Slumbo Kites checking in. I'm pretty new to this. I'm checking in to share some thoughts with the world, and I have my piece of paper here to keep track of what it is that I'm saying, because I don't know exactly what it is that I'm going to say. This might just be for me, this might be for other people. Maybe someone can get some knowledge, information, wisdom, insight out of what it is that I'm possibly trying to divulge out of this. But basically, I see some problems in the world. And I'm trying to record myself talking about it so that I can go back and listen to it and try to come to some solutions. Because I think just saying it is one thing, but if I can record myself talking about it, I might be able to come to some answers, because I can go back and listen to what I had to say. So first and foremost, I think that we live in a society where there are people who do what they don't want to do on a daily basis and think that they will reach a point in their life where finally they will come to some sort of conclusion, ergo retirement, where they will finally get to do what they want to do, and then they will get to live the good life. Well, what if they could do what they want to do right now? What if we all did what we wanted to do? What if we all did what we wanted to do and want to do starting today? What if we stopped doing what we hate doing, effective immediately? Because as far as I can tell, when we do what we hate doing, that hatred of what we hate to do causes us to hate ourselves, and when we hate ourselves to some capacity, that causes us to spread that hatred on to others in the form of neglect, abuse, prejudice, bias, stereotyping, you name it. And I don't think that's a healthy thing to do. I think that is first and foremost an unhealthy thing to do. I think that is a waste of efficient energy that could otherwise be cultivated with. So, as I was saying, it seems to me that there's this beautiful life in front of us, and who knows, do we have heaven on earth right now? It might just be. It might just be that the life that we have right in front of us, this is already heaven, and it could just be that we are not awake enough to realize that this life that we have here is the most beautiful blessing that we could ever be offered, and all we have to do is grasp what we have in front of us and make our dream or our destiny reveal itself in front of our eyes. I believe that we are all endowed with some sort of gift that we have to offer to the rest of the planet. This beautiful planet that we were gifted also with. You put a seed in the ground and it grows, and it will bear a flower to be aesthetically enjoyed, or a fruit or a vegetable to be eaten. Like, that is magic. That is complete and utter magic that we don't really, I feel like, fully understand. At least I don't. I can't speak for everyone else. I mean, biologically, do I understand it? You know, I feel like yes, to a scientific level, but like there's just a certain amount of magic that I can't help but involve myself in imagining when I think about planting a seed and crops grow, and then we have these amazing things to enjoy, whether it's to eat and to fuel ourselves for a day, a month, a year, a season, for a decade, for a century. And so anyway, the gift that we have in front of us, the present moment. I'm going off on a tangent here, but we have these gifts that I think we're all endowed with, and we have to capitalize on that. There is a Clubhouse, this application called Clubhouse, on the iOS application market, where I was meeting with a couple of buddies of mine, and we were talking about the future of education, and if we were to utilize a platform in which we could discover and capitalize on the gifts of and the aptitudes and the inclinations of those pupils and young people and the youth, to the extent that we understood what people were inclined to be great at, and maybe supplemented that with extra fluff and educated them in other things, but really capitalized on what people wanted to do and what they were naturally inclined to be great at, I think we would live a much better life, and people could be great at doing the things that they love to do, and you would see a lot less drug addiction, you would see a lot less institutionalization. This is something I can speak to from experience. You would see a lot less people suffering on the street. You would see a lot less people committing crime. You would see a lot less people in agony and just suffering with these mental health conditions, or maybe you could call it like a spiritual identity type crisis, or like a spiritual separation, or an emotional detachment, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I think we would see resolve if we could capitalize on this idea of help people do what they want to do in life, because what they want to do matters. What we want in life and what we are good at and what we are fond of and what we're best at and what we can make the best life out of and what we can produce the most good out of in life matters. I'm going to quote my friend Jordan B. Peterson here and say, imagine what you can do in life that would produce the most good if you were to invest the most amount of time in it, something along those lines, and then go do that. Or to quote my friend Mark Manson, and to say, imagine something that you can, and a little bit on a different frequency here, imagine something that you can stand doing. Imagine something that you can put up with. You know, imagine something that you can, like, you know, of all things that you could do, imagine something that you could do and you could actually, you know, withstand doing for the rest of your life and not, like, have a total meltdown, and, like, you could do it and it would be okay. It would be actually maybe even pleasurable, and you could see yourself and imagine yourself and really think and envision yourself having a lifetime career, and think hard and see yourself possibly even enjoying a life doing this thing, and go along those lines. But to go back to Jordan, to imagine a career of what you could do to produce the most good and to put that into the world system and implement that productive choice and produce the most good for the world and have that be your purpose, there's no higher moral stance, to be honest, in my opinion, as pretentious as that may sound, than that. You know, what can you do that would produce the most good for the world and those around you, and for your own sake, than that? So that is checked off the list as number one on this video log. So we've gotten purpose, want, hatred of what we do, dreams, destiny, gifts, resolve, desire. Just do, going back to Alan Watts, doing what you desire, doing what you think, you know, will help you get to a place where, you know, you are fulfilling your dreams, and you're getting to a place where you can, you know, be that childlike self, releasing your inner child, and you're so involved in doing something that makes you feel like a kid again. Who doesn't want to, you know, whoever's out there listening to this, if anyone, you know, it's like, who doesn't want to feel like a kid again? And I personally believe, as someone who may be totally naive and totally ignorant and fully and willing to admit this, who doesn't, you know, I personally believe it's totally possible to feel like a kid again, to feel joyous. To chase happiness is one thing. To be dedicated to feeling joy is another. To feel joy like I've worked for it, I have let go of all other things that could possibly tear me down, and, you know, I have gotten rid of all insecurities that have or will possibly otherwise, would have possibly otherwise been my downfall, and removed myself from all situations that could possibly be my downfall, strip myself, and just try to live a pure life, and then pursue the things that bring us the most absolute, joyous, pleasurable, sober greatness. And I use sobriety in the sense not necessarily of just drug-free and substance-free, but of a flow state like purity, where when we do something, we're not thinking about anything else other than what we're doing at that very moment. A flow state where when we are practicing our craft, whatever that thing may be that we choose to do, that purpose-filled action and decision that we have found to be our calling in life, that when we do it, we are so lost in the sauce of what we do that nothing can possibly break us from our dedication to that motion, to that ship that has set sail from the coast, and we are just lost in the ocean of creativity or purpose or business-like tenacity, whatever it is that we do. And that is what we are in the game for, whether it's sports or business or creativity, or, you know, it's cooking, or it's fashion, or it's marketing, advertising, or it's firefighting, or it's whatever it could possibly be. You could be an astronaut, you could be a seamstress, you could be a mental health, or whatever these other aliases are, worker, you could be a social worker, you could be a lawyer. It's just find your craft and stick with it.